The Hemi has landed. She's in her final resting place. Would you look at that? Welcome back to the channel and to day 5 of the Hemi Swap series. Let's just get right into it and get that steering column ripped out. In order to clear this bigger motor, the heads come pretty close to this steering column here. So we're gonna do a little modification right here on the right hand side of that and get that kicked over a little bit to give us some clearance. You're going to need a 10 mil and a 13 mil. You can start by taking this panel off here, just under your steering column. Just put your finger in here, just pull that gently, don't snap it. That'll break free, that'll come loose. Pull this guy out of the way. I've got a wire attached to mine for my sub, so mine's just gonna hang there. Then you're gonna want to take these 2 bolts out. Those are your 10 mils. Once you got those 2 bolts out, this panel just slides up. It's locked in there by these tabs there. So you just want to slide this up and pull it towards you. Like that. Just get this guy out of here. Just like this. Let's get that guy out of there. I should probably mention again, do not forget to strap your steering wheel so it doesn't go anywhere. If you guys have the factory amp, you're gonna have to remove that. And it's a T15 Torx, 4 of them underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4. For you guys that don't, lucky you. Once you get it unbolted, you can just push it down through there, follow the wiring. This is the wiring harness right here for that. You can just pull it down and just feed it out here. Just take some maneuvering, but you get the gist of it. There we go. Now we got a clear shot to your steering column in there. Lots of aftermarket wiring from the previous owner in this guy. So there's your shaft right there you can remove. You can see that I got a socket right there on the one. It's a 13 mil. Undo those 2 bolts there, and then right here is the shaft one that you got to remove as well. To give you guys a little bit more space to get up underneath there to get that steering shaft bolt, it's also a 13 mil. You can undo this 10 mil here, this base plate that holds your amp. Just pull this guy out and pop this guy. And down in here, you can just see it slides into that bracket back there. So you just lift it up and pull it out. I'm gonna do this with 2 hands, I don't rip any wires. Now that's out, we got access to our steering shaft bolt straight above there, 13 mil. Okay, she is out. I found once you get these 2 bolts loose back here on the firewall, I found if you just go to if you can't get it out by just pulling on a little bit, if you just go to the inside of the engine bay and just lightly push on this guy here and just push it out through the engine wall, it pops out no problem. So put that aside and we'll get it moving that thing over. And that plate, of course, is this guy. So this thing is gonna sit like this in this new location. It's gonna canter it over it that way. All right, best you can, take a Sharpie or paint marker, whatever you got, and just mark the center of these guys here. That looks about center to me. And then right about there, it looks good. And then you put your new relocation bracket there. Sorry, I'm all over the place here trying to do this with 2 hands. Or 1 hand. This is how this is going to sit inside, because we got the 07 to 11 JK. So this stud is actually on the inside. It actually sits like that to clock this guy over. So you want to center best you can in the middle of that guy there where your bolt would be. Your stud sticking on the other side. Do the same to the bottom, and then mark your firewall with your Sharpie on the outside of the ring there. Just try and do this with basically just right in here. I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. Okay, this is what I came up with. So you line up the bracket top and bottom best you can, and then just with your Sharpie just mark a line there, and that's what you're going to take a Dremel and cut that out. All right, we put the bracket, get this thing out of here. So when you pull your steering column out, this might come with it, it might not, but just pop that guy in there, and then that's what you're going to be cutting out right there. Okay, I'll try and give you guys a shot here of basically how to do it. I've just got my Dremel here. It's got a metal arbor bit on it. And if you can't get one of these Dremels, then just put it in a drill and put it on high speed and just work away at it. All right, let's get to it. Better angle there and clean it on up. But yeah, you just get right in there, get all the way to that line, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, that looks nice and clean, so we'll go in there and do a test fit and see what that looks like. I'm just gonna leave the camera here recording just so I can see what it looks like after I get that thing in there. Okay, so you don't want to put your relocation bracket on first, just to see how everything looks. And it looks like I could still come a little bit more right here. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with that, because this fits in here. This is factory. We've got it relocated over to the this side here. I'm going to put these bolts back on, get that shaft in there, and see what it looks like. I think that actually looks pretty good. I'll just give you a shot of what that looks like in here. You want to stick your relocation bracket on first. Stud side pointing down. So get that up there. I'm actually blocking my own view right now, so I'm using the camera. So hopefully we can get this looking all right. There we go. So you get your relocation bracket in there. You throw your original seal back in place with the beveled side to the driver's side. Put that back up in here. Again, I'm blocking my view, so I can only see. And then you want to, of course, get this over to the new stud. Get it relocated. And that's that. That's what she looks like finished. So I'm going to throw on some RTV onto the back side of my new relocation bracket here. and then also on the back side of this guy here. That way everything's watertight again. Okay, so I just got a bead of RTV silicone on there. I'm just using the right stuff, 90-minute set time. I find this stuff works amazing for everything, and it hardens up really nice. So once we get that on there, we're gonna do the same to the back side of this guy. Just see it's got a gasket there, but it's all old and corroded. So I'll get that cleaned up. I'll put a bead of the right stuff on that one as well, and then we can get everything bolted back up. Okay, we got a bead of silicone on that one as well. Let's get that one in there. Everything's all back together. Don't forget put your plate in, put your amp back in if you got one of those, or leave it out because you don't like music and you just want to hear the sound of your Hemi. That's all put back together up there. It was actually a pretty straightforward install. Took me less than an hour with filming, so that's not too bad. I recommend getting one of these little lights. It's just a magnetic light. You can just slap it on the side here, and just it's not big and bulky, it stays out of your way. And yeah, just anything small, magnetic. It sticks right to the side of the tub here, and allows you to see without being a pain in your ass. So I think now I'm going to do the motor mounts.
Here is the passenger side. The right mount has 2 holes in the top for the wiring harness. Front position is for the Hemi. Move it back, and the back position is for the LS. You can see the slot in the frame and the slot in the mount. This mount is the driver's side mount. Has no holes in the top. It's a little bit longer mount. This hole is the lineup hole. There's 2 slots inside this mount. This slot is for the Hemi. This slot is for the LS. It makes it really easy to install. Hemi, LS.
Okay, we're just getting ready to tack up these motor mounts. We're looking at the passenger side right now. This motor mount here with the long slot on it is for the passenger side. That slot down there, you want this pushed all the way forward so it lines up just like that. And then we can tack this guy in. I've got steel it on here, so I should just be able to burn it in as is. I'm just going to tack this up so I can dry fit the Hemi in it. Well, we got our motor mounts tacked in. I just did 3 across the top, 1 in this bottom corner, 1 on that bottom corner. That should be more than enough just to set this thing in here. This guy's all done too. And yeah, we'll get the Hemi in here and get it sitting on its own weight and see how that looks. This is the finished product from the other side here. Got it all RTV'd in there, so it's nice and sealed. So that should be out of the way. Moved it over a good ½ inch there at least. Let's get the Hemi in here. All right, let's land that Hemi. Okay, no more. That took a minute. Well, she's sitting under her own weight. Well, let's let the weight off this thing and see if she sits in there. Wow, is that tight? But she's in. What a beautiful sight. Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Put that
Just
on.
look at that.
I can't pull it out either. I'd have to drill it.
Would you just look at it?
Thing of beauty. I still gotta trim that a little bit more. I just got impatient and wanted to seat this thing in there on its own weight. Wow. It's coming. It's coming. Got them mounted in the bottom holes there. You can't see that side, but that side there. It's under its own weight. I just got there that just in case. Our motor mounts are just tacked in, so I don't want to take that risk. Don't need this thing falling straight through the engine bay there. And let's take a look at this alternator. So this alternator is the one is clocked upwards this way, so it's clocked this way. The other one that utilizes the two mounts down there clocks this way, and it pretty well sits on the frame. If you're going with this route, I prefer it because you got, well, I can fit my hand right in there. I don't know, I'd say almost 3 inches away from that frame rail. Gives us quite a bit of room. But I'm gonna get this thing pulled back out and finish weld those motor mounts. If you made it this far as well, good job. Wasn't that hard. Just out here by myself and still made it happen. She's sitting under her own weight right here. I still have this hooked up because we're just tack welded in. I don't need that thing falling through the engine bay there, but looks pretty good. Everything lined up perfect. Jeep Speed Shop has a wicked setup. Those weld-in motor mounts, they lined up perfect, and I think they're gonna work out pretty well. So let's get this thing out of here and finish weld those motor mounts. Not in a bad day today, guys. Look at that. We got the motor mounts fully welded in. We got our initial tack done, and then we did a dry fit, pulled the motor back out, got the fully welded, got some steeling on there. We got the old steering column there. That's shifted over to the right there. That'll make enough room for our head. I did a little trimming today on the box as I was doing a little dry fit there. Got impatient and just cut the side of it off, but I think I'm probably gonna do a better job tomorrow of you know, taking this corner off here, the guy there, maybe down there I'll take more of that off and some of this section off right here. But we'll cross that bridge tomorrow morning. But if you've made it this far on yours, good job, guys. This is really not that easy. This is really not that hard. It's just a lot of steps. And all I need is time. Time and a place to do this.